Hello, this is a teacher's journey with Robert Corio Jr. This is the 13th episode, and today I'm going to be giving another movie review of Remember the Titans. And this is a movie that I watched as a young boy, and it's a movie that I really enjoyed and thinking about I really wanted to talk about it because it's about teaching and being able to work with students and work with players, and just something that I wanted just to talk about a little bit further about and talking about because even though this guy is a coach, he is still also a teacher. So it's something that I really enjoyed about talking about and as a teacher movie and another movie to watch during the summertime because I don't know about you. I'm still about a week or so away from school ending, so those of you that are on your summer break right now could be a good opportunity to watch this movie and be able to talk about it a little bit further. And the one thing I really liked the movie growing up, and I feel like as a teacher, it's a good movie to watch and being able to talk about it as well. So I'm going to share my thoughts about it. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. My birthday just passed, so it was yesterday. I'm recording this on Thursday, so yeah, we're into June now. Basically, got another week left of school. About a little over a week left of school, and that'll be it. I mean, it's been been a good year. So overall, like as a teacher, it's been a little crazy. I'll tell you that it's been crazy with everything going on with coronavirus and schools closing and being able to do virtual learning, and it's just very a unique situation right now, and it's something that I've been working through it, and luckily I've been able to work with good people during my time in my leave replacement assignment, and I'm pretty fortunate about it. So I'm pretty excited about whatever opportunity comes for the fall. For the summer, I'm gonna be seeing if I can do some tutoring over the summer. It's something that I'm looking forward to, and also just relaxing a little bit, doing just getting back to relaxing, doing some things, being able to work, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, again, we'll see what happens when it comes to the summer. I so and after this, I'll be talking a little bit further about the Remember the Titans and why I like the movie, why I think it's so. Stay tuned. All right, we're going to be talking about Dead Poet Society. It stars the late Robin Williams, and it takes place. The movie came out in 1989, so it took about 30 years ago. The movie came out, and what the movie is about is a teacher's actually a teacher's journey per se, and the teacher he teaches English language arts, and he teaches it to all boys prep school in the New England area back in the 1950s. So back in the 1950s time, education, the classroom environment was very different compared to how it is and what it looks like today, where a lot of teachers they would teach from a textbook and being able to just talk about the textbook it was more like a very there was nearly no like emotion or no feelings. It was just like you're teaching it, regurgitating the information. And and Robin Williams' character is a teacher that comes aboard during that time, and he works with at all boys school. So he works with I believe 7, 8 kids, and he opens their eyes about new things, about the teaching of a subject, about language, about poetry, about words, using words, and he teaches it differently. So for example, when he is teaching one class, he gives an example of how he tells the kids to stand on top of their desk and to look from when they're standing on their desk. I know back then they wouldn't advise that, nor today they would advise that. So one of the things is he stands and he gives them like a perspective look, seeing things from a different angle. That's what his point was trying to say, was he was trying to get them to see things differently from from what they were usually used to seeing before. So what he does is he has them stand on his desk, and then he's seeing them, having them see different things right now. So he does that, and the kids at time they go, they kind of flow for him. They really just do things that are differently, and then as the story goes on, they get to know him. He gets to know the students and works with each student, and a lot of the students really like him as they get to know him. And what they were talking about, some of the kids would sneak off to this cave because there was a book of poetry that they would do, and they would read poetry in there, like a little cave, and they would bring like people, food, and other things, and there was like a secret society where they couldn't tell anyone else in the class. So they would go and they would read poetry. They would read poetry in this like cave nearby the school. So they would like sneak off late at night in order to do this. And then as time went on, a lot of the kids really liked it, and they really explored their creative sides in themselves that they haven't realized before. So it was something that they realized that they enjoyed. One of the kids, he came from a prestigious family, and he wanted to be an actor. He wanted to perform on like Broadway, and he wanted to perform in theater. And his father didn't allow it at the time because his father wasn't he was against it. So he like didn't he would sneak off and do recitals and do other things, and he really didn't. It wasn't really that something that he was happy with, because he had to sneak off and couldn't tell other people that he was performing in the school play, and he knew that his father was going to be disapproval by disapprove. He was going to have this. He was disapproved by it, so he didn't really have a choice in being. He had to keep it a secret. So what he did was he did the play, and I believe he told the teacher about it. So he was able to do that, and being able to do the play. So it takes place where he works on the play, does the play with his and then his father is in attendance, and he has a great performance, and his father walks away without applauding him, and really just really disapproves after seeing him perform, of him being an actor on a play. He really wasn't happy with so he was really disappointed by this. And from I believe from the story, from what happens, that he commits suicide because of the fact that he was never going to get his father's approval. He was never going to be able to fully be an actor. You would have to, back in the 1950s, it wasn't like where you can just hop from one job to another. Yeah, basically there was a lot of stigma behind people like that. You know, especially from coming from a prestigious family, wealthy family. It was, you were either going to work in a bank or you were going to work as a doctor. I believe the kid wanted his father wanted him to be a doctor, and he had no interest in being a doctor back then. So it really, I mean, it was a sad ending to that, because he was really passionate about acting, about being poetry, and it was sad that he didn't get a chance to, his character didn't get a chance to fulfill that. So what happens is the professor, about after hearing that school fired the professor as a result, because he didn't want to do it. So he also talks about the kids seizing the day, carpe diem, seize the day, And so it says, Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. Your lives will be extraordinary. So I even say that too now in my morning message when I send out the Zoom set schedule to my students. I don't put down boys, but I say Carpe diem, seize the day. Your lives will be extraordinary. I just keep repeating that symbol because that's something where it gives motivations for students to seize the day, to do as much as you can, be the best version of yourself. And that's something I think that I've taken away from this movie. It's a good movie because Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams, a great actor. Not only was a great comedian, but a great actor in the movie. And there was a lot of good co-stars in it too, like extra cast members. A lot of people that we've seen. I think Ethan Hawke was in the movie. He did a pretty good job. There was other actors that you would recognize in the movie. So there was a lot of people in that story where it was a really good story, really good tale about teaching too, especially being a new teacher, trying new things because sometimes you have to take that risk as a teacher and try new things. It may or may not work, but but it may not work for it, but it may or may not, but it may work for other kids as well. It might work for the students, but because towards the end you see that his students really took to his teaching, took to his the way he did things, and really understood, really showed how being what how they learned from him, and compared to from the other teachers in the building. So it was something where it was different. It was a different thing for the character for his character at the time to teach like that and to have a really exquisite, like unique way of teaching teaching in a teaching environment, working with kids like that. So it's something that I really took advantage. I was really happy to watch. It's a good movie because as a teacher, I can use some things that are different compared to what the kid what different things, different methods of teaching because it's a lot of it about from teaching is engagement. It's engaging the kids and and engaging the students, and then there's different ways to do it, and sometimes not every way is right because it's every way is different, and sometimes it may not be the right way, but it might for everyone in the school. But for kids, it might be the way that they learn. It might be the way that they enjoy learning about poetry and learning about writing and using words. So I think as a teacher, I liked it because he tried different things and really wanted to open the students' minds for other things that they can do with their lives, and not just for poetry but just again with their lives. And that is something I like doing as a teacher as well, trying to open their eyes up to different things and working with kids and seeing what they're like on a day-to-day basis. And for me as a teacher, it's something that I'm proud of that I can do during this time, and being able to work with them and being able to see the growth. I think that's also a good point too, because you can see growth of every student too, and you can see like how those students grew over time and grew as a result of his teaching. So I think it's something where I enjoyed watching the movie, and I definitely recommend it whenever you have a time to watch movies. That's a good movie to watch because you can just see what how just comparing differences and from other teachers and how he did things and comparing new things as well. So one of the things that I like to do, I definitely think these movie reviews are good. So again, in a moment, I'm going to just talk a little bit more about stuff that's going on in my teaching world, and then, and then we'll and then that'll be a show. So let's stay tuned. Okay, we're back. So I'm talking about the movie of Mr. Holland's Opus. So the movie starts out about in 1965, where the person, Glenn Holland. He is a composer, and he's a composer. And then he takes a teaching job, teaching music at, I believe it's John F. Kennedy High School in Portland, Oregon, or I know it's in Oregon, but I believe it's in Portland, Oregon. And it's 1965 when he takes the job. So he's never taught before. He's taking his job, and he's playing this music, and he's trying to create a piece of music that he likes. So it's something that he's been creating for some time, but he needs a job, so he thinks, oh, let me be a music teacher. And it's something that when he thought about it, he thinks he would have it was something more to fall back on, and more just to have a job and be able to use that extra time to do his composing and working and being and creating his own music. But first day he gets up, he's up around 6:30, 6:45, and for him that's early. It's not something for him that he's not used to getting up there early, and he's like, why do people go to work at 7:30 every day? Why do people get to work at 7:30? So he gets to work and meets the vice principal in the parking lot, and they have a conversation, and then it's kind of something where they don't really seem to get along. They're not gonna really get along. They don't get along. So it's something where he's looking for the school, and and he meets the principal, and she knows that he's lost because he's trying to look for his classroom, and then basically he starts the day off with the kid with his schedule. Basically, principal gives him what tells him, okay, you got to advise these kids, and then you also got to have your lesson plans for not just September but for October due by Friday. So it was a lot for him to work on. So he starts off with the class, and he's realizing as he's teaching it, it's going to be much harder than he thought it was. He thought it was something that it was going to be easy and for him to work on, something that again, it was more of like a fallback option, thinking that I can just take this job, do it, I'll have extra time. And he mentioned that to the gym teacher that he's friendly with throughout the movie, and he's also the high school football coach. And he talks to him, yeah, I might have more time with this, and he's like, you're not going to have any time at all. So it's something where again, he's realizing that it's going to be much harder for him to teach because he's got so much responsibilities. There's a lot for him to do. He's teaching music and then doing not just music, but he's teaching a band class where he's doing classical music, performing classical music. Then later on in the movie, the principal they asked him to do marching band. So he's doing not just learning how to be learning, but teaching music appreciation, but he's also conducting a classical band orchestra where where they're trying to perform and play concerts, and then he's also has to do marching band, which for him this is totally new. He's never done marching band, and the movie shows where he's doing the marching band, and he just like has no idea of how to organize the kids, and the kids they're just not in line order and not moving fluidly, and they're on the football field doing it, and the coach that is out there, he says, I'll help you with this. So but this is the one thing: there's a kid that he has to that Mr. Holland has to work with in order for him to in order for the gym teacher to help him, because the kid that he has to work with needs to do a music class to get onto the wrestling team. So and then the kid is playing in the orchestra band, and he's playing the drums. He's having trouble just getting rhythm. So Mr. Holland has to spend extra time working with him and being able to work with him and make sure that he's doing well with it. And then there's another student that is playing the clarinet, and she's having trouble as well. She can't play the clarinet for whatever reason. She's really having a difficult time with it. And he also works with her one on one. That's a little bit earlier in the movie. she works one on one and she has a tough time with it, and she was even thinking about giving up on the clarinet. And he just said, "Why don't you come here and we'll work together on it?" So they worked together on it, and he basically talked to her about the music and being able to play music and without thinking about it. And then she got enough confidence where she was able to play wonderfully on the clarinet. And she even played on the clarinet during the high school graduation because she was a senior. So she played the clarinet solo. And then finally, the kid that was playing the drums was able to be in the marching band and play the drums very well during where they had a parade where they did a good he did the marching band played, and his father was proud to see him on it, and really just something that was awesome for everyone to see because he did a great job. So it's really just like a lot of it was that now he's going through the troubles of being not just being a teacher, a music teacher, but also trying to fulfill his dream of being a composer and writing his own music and being able to perform that. And life gets in the way because not only what there's teaching and he's thinking and him and his wife think, oh yeah, we'll just teach for 4 years and then you'll be able to be a composer. Then his wife also gets pregnant with a kid, and then he does driving lessons instead of composing during the summer just to make extra money for himself because once she got pregnant, they decide to buy a house because there's not going to be enough room for the child. So then the wife gets pregnant with their child, and all of a sudden it's they find out later on that the child has hearing trouble. Child can't hear, has a really difficult time hearing. So they have to send him to a private school just to help him with the communication, and then they have to also go through communicating and learning how to communicate with their child. And it was a big challenge because for him, he has to be a teacher, but he's doing other activities and other things with his students and doing plays and concerts and everything else. He's got to be a father and a husband. And throughout the movie and during the movie, you'll see that he's just having it's just a difficult time for him to balance that out where he has to. It's just saying like his wife even says you got to set priorities, and that's a tough time for him to do that. And I think it's something that he's never done before, and he goes through that process of being a teacher, going and it's reliving that like the late '60s, and also throughout the '70s, and then also just learning to play. And then during the '80s, early '80s, he's working on a play, and he's working with a student and being able to conduct this play and and then finding the time not only for the play and the students, but also again for his family, for his son, because his son wants him to be there, but he doesn't really show that affection towards him. So towards the end of the movie, it's showing that he's wants to do more for his son. He wants to be able to perform music and be able to share his love of music with his son. So he finds a way to be able to do that, and it's something where it really is a good moment in that where his son is able to connect with him through music. And it shows that. And then towards the end of the movie, it's showing like it's like 1995. It's showing him now in his 60s as a music teacher, and they're having trouble with the budget. There's a lot of issues. Again, you're dealing with like reduction of budget, and the principal is figuring out, okay, how can we what do we need to cut? Unfortunately, the stuff that needs to be cut. So towards the end of the movie, they have to cut the music, arts, and drama program. And as a result, one of the teachers that are involved, including him, Mr. Holland, is retired, let go. It's like can't being fired basically, and there's disappointment in that, and he has to deal with that, and really reflecting on a 30-year career, because this is when he came in. It was 30. He'd been teaching for 30 years, and it was kind of without expecting it, got fired. So it's something where just learning about this and being able to do this, and something that he was really proud of, and something that, and he talks about this, about how he didn't want to be a teacher at the beginning, and then now how he doesn't want to leave. So it's something that he's wrestling with, because he's in his 60s and he really can't start a band. He can't he doesn't have anything that he wants to really do with his life, and he's really struggling with that. So and then at the end, they honor him with uh, everyone coming in. They honor him, and then they let him play his song. They found like a piece of they noticed that he's playing a piece of music, and for that they people came from all over, like what, to play his song, and he did that, and it was great. So the movie itself, that was the description of the movie and me talking about it. And again, I think I like the movie actually. I think it's a good movie, especially if you're a young teacher starting out, or a teacher that's never been in a teaching environment before, just to see what it's like, how they deal how a teacher deals with being a high school teacher, and just being a teacher in general, and not just being a teacher but also having a family. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the movie, and talk about how I'm relating to the movie right now in my situation right after this. Hello, this is the second episode of A Teacher's Journey with Robert Correa Jr. I am your host, Robert Correa Jr., and today we're going to discuss about a couple things regarding about about routines, and being able to discuss other things. So, what I'm going to discuss first is my current situation from the coronavirus, and also about upcoming episodes, and a reel out I did that's posted on YouTube, and also showing of a math game involving money on that's posted on YouTube. And then I'm going to further discuss about routines and what routines look like, and being able to do that as well. So we're going to discuss, and then discuss about everything that's going on in the world today. I know that a lot of you are sitting at home or working from home, and I just want to be able to come here and just help you out with this time, and be able to work with you during this challenging time that we have here in our country and in our world today. So my current situation is, I'm at home right now. I'm not. I haven't been. I work as a substitute teacher, as you know, and also a tutor at a learning center. And the places I've been at have been closed for about 2 weeks right now. So I've been posting a lot on social media. And then I also opened a TikTok account, and really I posted some things there, and really just learning some new things, and then also started this podcast. I started it last week, and I'm recording on Thursday, so I've really been posting it on there, and really just doing other things as well. So right now, I'm just at home watching some TV right now, relaxing, and really just being able to just do keep my time, keep busy, keep working, keep busy, and just making sure that I'm working to be able to be good at what I do, and just keeping up, and really just trying new things out, since I have a lot of time on my hands. I mean, I was working full days, and then going at night to be at a learning center, and really didn't have much time to do these new things. So now I have new things that I'm working on, just trying new things, and really seeing what happens. I mean, because again, with virtual learning, that's going to be coming up shortly. So that's coming. That a lot of people are doing virtual learning, and that's something I'm doing as well. I'm learning a new language online, as you already know. So I'm just working right now, just trying to keep my head above water, and really just working on just doing new things, and keep myself busy. Really, I mean, listening to podcasts, been watching a lot of TV shows, just watching working, checking emails, and sure everything is already set, ready to go, and being able to do that and just working to be the best version of myself on a day-to-day basis. And really just, again, I've been watching a lot of TV shows, watching Netflix shows, Amazon Prime, also on Hulu and YouTube, and also and Pluto TV. And Pluto TV is free. It's free. It's a great way just to watch TV shows, and there's a lot of old TV shows, mostly not many like new episodes, but I like Unsolved Mysteries, and they have all the episodes on Unsolved Mysteries there, and I can binge watch that for as long as I want to, and it's something that it really something that's good there. And then also on Pluto TV, there is something on the old episodes of The Hills, which was on MTV years ago. And there's other TV shows, there's comedy shows, sports, movies, news, various types of movies that you can watch, other crime, a lot of crime documentaries that you can watch there, and really just being able to work with that and being able, it just gives you something to do. And then I'm practicing social distancing, but I'm also walking, getting some fresh air when the weather's nice. Yesterday by me it wasn't as nice, so I still went out for a walk. It was still nice. I just had to bundle up a little bit, wear a coat, jacket, gloves, hats, and then I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and it was really helpful in that situation because it's just good to get some fresh air. And sitting here now looks like a pretty nice day out, so I'm gonna go out for a walk a little bit later. And I'm also texting with friends, family members. I did a video chat with someone on Skype yesterday, and that was pretty good. And then I'm just communicating with people via text messaging, just seeing where everyone's at here, just making sure everyone is staying safe and everyone is good, and just really just and then I'm sharing information that I do on Calm, and really just the Calm app, where it's about more about meditation and being able to work there, and trying, and then I'm sharing it on Instagram, the Instagram stories that I'm sharing it on. So really just I'm just trying to keep myself busy and just trying to work at it, and really just being able to be the best version that I can be, and just keep working, really just keep doing as much as I can on a day-to-day basis, trying to also to relax, let relax a little bit more right now. I'm more just relaxing and just making sure that I'm working on a day-to-day basis, and really just working to be the best version of myself, and just again just putting in the work on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's something that will be helpful. I've been listening for the past couple of days. Anyone that knows the person named Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, he's an entrepreneur and he owns a lot of businesses, and he has a lot of videos he posts online. And on Facebook and YouTube, the past few days, he's been doing, it's like Tea with Gary V, and where people asking questions online on video, and they do a video chat based on that. And there was one video I was really interested in yesterday, which was Wednesday, and the teacher, and this person was a teacher, and she was just asking him questions about routines, about how to do it. I mean, you can go back and listen to it if you want, whenever you want to, and I feel, and then you can just get see decipher for yourself about questioning it. But I felt like it was very interesting because it was something about routines, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about later on in the podcast, because it's something I feel like I need to share with everyone, and just see about and talk about my routine, what I'm doing, and then see what and then see what you can learn from it, and just see what you can use from these routines that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, and really just making sure that I'm just I'm just giving you routines and talking about what I'm doing as well, and just sharing what I can share with you there. So before that, I'm gonna just discuss. I have the first episode is online. I believe it's on Spotify and Anchor right now. Those are the platforms that you can go on to, if you want to find it. The links are on my social media profile. I've been posting it online the past few days. So if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, you can get access to it. I have the links, so if you want to see the videos, you can watch it there as well. Um, I'm I mean I have friends. Again, if you want to rate, comment, whatever you want to do with it, however you want, give me a good rating. Show me. Right now, we have 4 listeners for my first episode, so I thank you to those that are listening. Much appreciated. And we're just gonna keep going with this. I mean, I'm gonna try to do this on Fridays. I want to post it on Fridays, every Friday morning, so that way when you're getting ready to work, getting ready to go to work, or you're coming home from work, you can listen to it, short version, and something where it just brings value to everyone. And I think that's something that I want to make sure I'm gonna be posting it every Friday again, just to if you want, so that way you know when it's gonna come up. I also again I have a read aloud video that I want to share that I'm sharing that I already posted online. It's on YouTube, which I posted on my social media platforms. It's read aloud for Corduroy, and it's on social media platforms. I posted on there already, so if you want to check that out, share with people, whomever. It's just spreading the word, spreading who I am, and then also I have a math game that I found the other yesterday, and I created a video just how to play the game, and it's about money, coins, and value of objects in order to purchase, matching the coins with the value of the object that you want to purchase. So it just helps with identifying coins. So right now, you watch those videos, share, like, rate, and be more than happy to help you with in any way possible. Okay, so transitioning from that, I'm going to talk about routines. Routines now are important to a lot of people. This coronavirus has knocked us off of our routine a little routine to say a lot for people. But me, I was used to getting up early in the morning, going to work, like I said earlier in the podcast, and then doing my tutoring and coming home late. And now I feel like I have a little more time right now. I have more time to do other things, try new things, trying just to grow during this time. This is a big thing, and it's something that not everyone can see on a day-to-day basis. And I want to be able to provide as much value as I possibly can for myself and for others, and really just making sure I'm just keep myself busy because there's only so much Netflix I can watch. There's only so much TV shows. There's only so much movies. There's only so much I can do online where I need to do something else. I get bored very easily. I That's just something for me. I try to make sure that I have a routine. I'm writing stuff down. I'm implementing it on a day-to-day basis. I want to feel like I'm accomplishing something on a day-to-day basis. That's something where I'm achieving something. It's like it was something I learned in school. It was called Power Lover Achiever. It's like I was in business school during that time while I was an undergrad, so that's what I learned in one of my classes, and I feel like I'm more of an achiever type. So for me, it's something where I'm making sure that I'm working towards doing stuff, getting stuff done on a day-to-day basis. Even if it's just little things, like I had to do my laundry yesterday. I did that, and then there was other things I did. I did a video. Reposted the podcast online, so that way I can just feel like I have a sense of achievement and being able to work on this and being able to post it on a day-to-day basis. And you can use again, it's just making sure that I'm working to be the best version of myself, being the best teacher that I can possibly can be, and just learning as much as I can, just doing it as much as possible. So I think for me, setting a good routine is trying to get up early in the morning, really working, just getting up early, having my alarm clock during the week where I'm still getting up early. I'm having my breath. I do my meditation early in the morning before I start my day. Then I get up, I'm making sure that I'm having breakfast. I listen to some podcasts during the time. I have some sports podcasts that I like. So I've been doing that. And really and then just trying to just again get ready in the morning. Really, just feel like I'm accomplishing a lot of things in the morning. That I'm writing things down what I want to get done the next day, so that way I know what to do the following day, and just gives me an idea of what to do. I personally like to get things done in the morning. I'm more I just rather get it done in the morning because then in the afternoon and evening I can just relax right now. Unless it's just easier for me to get things done in the morning. I like to just get it done, get out of the way rather than think about it all day and then but everyone is different in that sense. I just like to make sure that I'm getting things done in the morning. Whatever I need to get done, I get done. If I need to post things, I can post things. And really, again, it just helps me to get things done before I can, just so that way I can get it done in the morning, and then I just get it done. Then I can do whatever I want in the afternoon and the evening time, and really just focus on other things as well. So because this is a good time right now to be able to try new things, but also take time for yourself and others during this time, and really I think again, like working, like I used to work from home when I was in the business world, and it's different because you really have more time to yourself. You really are making you have a schedule. You still have to set your schedule and really just work and making sure that you are putting in the effort and make sure you're getting the job done and keeping in touch with other people to make sure that you are updating them about what's going on and making sure that results are getting done. And I only did this for one of my jobs, and well, two of my jobs actually. So it's something where I'm used to working from home a little bit, but it's still as a teacher I never had to work from home, and now it's it's different because how you're gonna be working now you gotta work from home and you gotta make sure that everyone's needs are getting met during this time, and really it's just doing the best you can do. I mean, I just think we can beat ourselves up so much as we look for perfection, especially for me. I can I can be a perfectionist at time, and I don't really. It's just because I want to do the best I can for everyone. Really, that's the goal for me at the end of the day. It's just I want to make sure I leave it all out on the field. It's a sports term. You leave it all out there, and then there's nothing. So that way you are meeting the needs of everyone and meeting the needs of everyone, my students, my colleagues, everyone, and making sure that I'm there for everyone. So I think for creating it's so important to have routines because that way it just helps you accomplish little things like little wins. So like you having small wins. Okay, get up in the morning. Okay, that's a win. Okay, you did meditation. That's a win. Okay, got breakfast. Okay, good. I had my breakfast already. Okay, I got ready. All right, good. I'm ready to go. I did some other things. I posted some stuff on social media. Good, that's done. I'm recording this podcast. Good, I got that done. Okay, let's see, and then see what else I can get done in the morning before lunchtime, and then really and see maybe there's other things I gotta get done too. I'm checking my emails. Okay, that's done. I'm talking with friends. Okay, I got that done. So it's having good routines where I'm making sure that I'm working towards myself. These are stuff that I like. I like to have a routine of some kind. It's just who I am. It helps me to stay organized. It helps me keep myself motivated on stuff that I want to do long term and just really taking small bites out of things. Really, like so. Was it? I think I heard was it? How do you eat? I think it's like it's a Brian Tracy term. It's called eat that frog. It's just something you just want to get done, and then I want to be able to take. And then also another thing is how you eat a big thing or a big thing, small bites or something. So really, just making sure that I'm just like having small wins as well, like having like small routines, like routines where it might be not all day routines, might just be like a schedule where I'm setting just for the morning, and then in the afternoon I have my time free. Where other people they might want to just do stuff in the afternoon. That's where they feel like they work at the best is the afternoon time or the evening time when they're setting schedules around that and being able to do that. So you have to find something that just works for you. I think having a good routine is just knowing yourself, knowing what works best for you, what times. you work at the work best? Like, you are you an early riser where you like to you're up at 5 in the morning, you're working out and having breakfast, and by 7 o'clock your you're already ready to go and ready to work. Or there's some people that like to get up a little bit later and then they start their day that way. And really, it's just getting to know yourself. I mean, I'm trying to get up a little earlier. I've been sleeping a little bit, but no, I gotta work on that. I have my alarm clock that helps me. So really, just making sure that I'm being the I'm just working. I'm being the best version of myself on a day-to-day basis. Stuff that works for me too, because it's not about what's right or what's wrong. We can talk a lot about like, oh, this is not the right routine. This is the wrong routine. It's what's comfortable for you at the end of the day. I think that's what I want to make sure I'm saying. Like, I want to talk about making sure you have a routine that works for you. That works for you at the end of the day. It's not something that you're going to be overwhelmed by, and you're not going to be like, oh, I can't do this, and then you just throw your hands up in frustration. So when you're doing this, making sure that it works for you, that you can think about, okay, this is what works for me on a day-to-day basis. That you can do stuff, you can spend time with, take time for yourself, take time for your family and friends and and colleagues, and making sure that everyone, and then that way you feel like you achieved a lot and you really are, and you're balancing. It's like about balance too. And I know some people, again, some people aren't like balancing like work and life and everything, work life balance, and really just making sure that you are balancing everything. You having a good balance during this time. That's what I think. What I want to make sure about the routine is that you have a good routine where it's helping you, and that you're staying on task and you're staying focused on what you want to do, and you're giving everything that you can and working as hard as you can and discovering new things for yourself. And that's something I'm doing. I'm working on discovering things and creating a good routine, but I'm also making sure I'm balancing things out where I'm not going to be working 90-hour work weeks, and I'm just taking time for myself to relax. I mean, I'm at home right now. I'm just watching some TV, relaxing while recording this podcast, and really just trying. And yeah, I'm just trying to balance what works for me. So that's why I think that the episode, this is what I want to leave you at, is really just trying to, when you're making these routines, make it for where it's best for you and what's going to be comfortable for you, what's going to work best for you on a day-to-day basis. Because again, we don't know how long, depending on where you are, how long it's going to last for. You might be, so we gotta find out what routines and what everything what works best for you, or what works best for your family, whomever. Like, what's gonna work best. Like, if you're living with, if you're married, if you have families, so making sure that it works best for you, works best for your family members and other people. So I'm going to leave you here so you can listen to my podcast on Spotify, on Anchor right now. Those are the two platforms. I will be posting it on other social media platforms where you can listen it to and be able to listen it from there. And really comment what you like about it. Again, my first podcast right now. Really great, thankful for those that have listened and really appreciate it. And I appreciate the likes that are on my social media account that people are viewing it, and really appreciate. Thank you for that. So if you want to support the show, again, rate, subscribe, like, and really, if you have any comments, questions about it, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. Again, second episode. This is just a learning process to it. So really, thank you so much again for your time today, and I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Get fresh air and practice social distancing as well. Take care. Have a great day. Thank you.